This is Damon Stevens, the Federal Biller. Today is Tuesday, May 31st, 2022, and this is stock market update for trades of the day. And we're coming to close to the month. So May 31st, we're coming to a new month here in June, and the market decided, at least on this S&P 500, to close nice and flat at the top. So we're right at a great place to start this month. We have a decision to make. We're right at a pivot where we can kind of either retrace April's candle or maybe May's candle, both going in opposite directions. So let's take a look at the charts here, see what we can find out, see what we're looking at as we come into this next month here. Looking at the overall market, the Dow Jones closed down 0.67%, Nasdaq down 0.41%, and S&P 500 down 0.63%. You see here, interesting to see this little mix here. So mostly red across the board, but you can see Amazon was nice and strong today. Obviously, that was because they announced a couple of days ago that they are going to do a 21 split here June 6th. So just in a week from today, we should have a lot lower price for Amazon. And typically, that's going to bring in some buyers who, maybe thought they couldn't afford it before. I'll put the stock, depending on kind of where it closes out, somewhere around $120, $125 a share. So hopefully that, they're obviously looking to see if that would bring more interest in investors into the stock, and what a great technique to use too when, the economy has gotten a little unsure and things are a little down. Bring your stock price into something somebody's willing to buy, and maybe that helps sustain you and help some growth happen in your company. Google was also up 1%, a little over 1%, but overall everything else is pretty much flatter down. So we'll see what that means for the market tomorrow. I'm wondering here with this big old move and this rally that we had coming into the holidays, do we consolidate here for a little bit? Do we pull back, or do we start to retrace one of these candles? And you'll know it'll make more sense when we get these charts here. Looking at the ES 4 hour. So this is the futures, S&P 500 futures. I just kind of want to show you what was going on here. And this is, again, a new chart that I've been using. It's just a little bit easier to show uptrends and downtrends and, pivots and where we're making purchases. If you're ever wondering how we make decisions on kind of where we buy and when we sell, this is the chart we're using internally. And you can get this if you become members of our group. We give this indicator out to everybody. But you can see here, coming into, really into this month here. Here's a 30th, here's a 31st, and you kind of see how we're kind of just flat here, consolidating here. We're above the 200 on the 4 hour chart. We're above the 200, and above the 20 moving average on the ES futures here. So, really looking for a breakout above, this 4,200 really to kind of keep a rally going up. So we'll see what happens, but just want to show you that, we are in a little bit of consolidation here, a little decision of whether we're going to fall below or we're going to try to break out towards the top, and it'll make more sense when we get to the charts. Looking at, coming up here, we have manufacturing coming out tomorrow, job openings as well. And then Thursday, we have the initial jobs claim. These are kind of things that can sometimes create little hiccups in the market or volatility, as we call it. And then Friday, unemployment rate, non-farm payrolls. Again, some news coming out, nothing major that should really swing the markets one way or the other. But definitely just make sure you're aware of what's on the news. So looking at Google here on the day, so we closed, at the 20 moving average. So we've had this nice little rally up here. It actually closed, spiked up almost to this midline here on a downward trend, obviously. But we just closed above the 20. So if we can hold that for a couple of days, looking for really bullish movement towards 23.72. If we break back below the 20-day moving average, probably come down here and hopefully find support around this 22.30 area right here. Or if not, 2200 looks like a good area as well for support. Looking at Apple on this downward trend on a 1-day chart, you can see here close above the 20-day moving average. So looking for a breakout above 149 to rally towards 154. If we break back down below the 20, we could start to come back and revisit down these areas, 137. So really, the important part is to watch the VIX in the morning, the VIX, and we'll show you that in a minute. And also, look at, the overall direction of the market when on the open before you start getting into trades if you're day trading. Amazon on one day, we've kind of showed this chart the last few days. You can see this downward trend. Obviously, we're in trying to break out of that. Looks like we have a double bottom here. And typically, if you measure that double bottom, this should show you where you're going, which is the 50-day moving average. That's what we're headed towards, hopefully. So we made a nice rally towards that goal today. We talked about this in last night's video. So we're about, partially up there. If we can break, above really this 2470 area, look for a play up to 2589. So looking to see if we can get Amazon to continue rallying here. Tesla above the 20-day. So, when you see a lot of these charts, we're above the 20. If we can hold a couple days, this rally will continue, hopefully for us. So, here we're looking at this by 760 is what we need to stay above, and 800 is the next goal. I think we could possibly blow through the 800 and get to 825, but we'll see. NVIDIA, second day above the 20-day moving average. So again, we talked about this last night as well. Nice rally up here to 190, looking to next goal to get to 200, 210. Facebook, sitting right below the 20 for the second day. Really got to get above the 20. So look for a breakout. If we get above 195, looking for a breakout towards 200, 205. If we don't, and this starts to pull back, look for support back at 184. Shopify, again, looking to see if this is a double bottom, and if so, we're measuring this distance here, and this should be where we rally to. But, Shopify really didn't get going here. It's got to give, if we can get above 386.40, above that 20-day moving average, we can run. If not, we might just consolidate down here, which will invalidate this, or build energy, for going down possibly as well as up. So just got to watch it, see what happens, but not moving like I'd like to see it. LRCX, let me move this so you can see it. So we tried to get above we got above the 100 and then pulled back. So that's showing a little bit of weakness. We may get, bound here, between these two moving averages, the 100 and the 50, and chop here for a little bit. That's a possibility as well. Otherwise, we got to break back above, 527, or we might go revisit this 478 area. RK actually closed below the 20, so we closed above. Now we're back below. That area of resistance at 450.50 is really 45.50 is really kind of holding there. So we can see if we get back above 45.50, we can rally. If not, we may come back down and revisit, this $41 area. Berkshire Hathaway, kind of sandwiched in between the 100 and the 20. So we'll see, if we can break above 320, we can run. If we break below 315, we're going to come down a little bit. We'll continue to subscribe and like this video if this is helpful for you. We continue to bring these videos to you and sharing you with what we're doing, what we're working at, what we're looking on, and there's a free Discord. So if you go to finwealthlive.com, there's a free link out there to join our Discord. We publish numbers out there every morning before the market opens. It says, hey, here's what we're watching. Here's the numbers to get in. Here's the numbers to get out. Very helpful for members and those who take advantage of that. The dollar continues to consolidate here above the 50. So that weakness is helping the market a little bit here, but we're sandwiched between that 20 and the 50 now. So we might be stuck there for a while. Gold pulled back here off that 200, so couldn't break through it. We talked about this pulling back here to this 1831 area, our support line right here. If we break that, we may be coming down to 1787. That's very possible here with this weakness that we saw in gold. So here's the VIX. This is what you want to watch in the morning. For below 25, 26 area, down here, bulls will continue to run. We'll continue to run up. If we get a spike back up here, which the 50, it has done it before. You see right here, just, back on May 17th, came down, tagged that 50, and then boom, skyrocketed back up. The market came down again and found, look for new lows, found new lows. So looking here at the 50, we're down here 2 days now. So, we've got to break this 50 here. Otherwise, this may pop up again. You can see here that, it's done it a few times. So we'll see what happens in the morning, see what the market's going to bring us tomorrow. SPY, close, within this candle. So we got to get back above, 416 really to rally up here, 418 to get moving here. Otherwise, we could stall out here and consolidate, which would still create a bull flag here possibly. If we break back down into this trend line here, below 406, probably come back here and retrace a little bit. This is SPY on 1 hour. I just want to show you. Here's our zone here that's getting tested in this little red area. So that's where we got to break above here. We tried to break through here a few times today, could not do it. Just on a 1 hour chart. So we continue to fail, but we got to get above 416, either gap above it or get it running if we want to keep this bull running. If not, we should get support around 409, around this 220-day moving average. If we break those, so could be coming down here, much lower. Could retest that 404 or the 400 area. Triple Qs flat right on that top of that candle as well. So we got to break above yesterday's close if we want to run and get going here. We need to get above that 310 or 311 area. Otherwise, look for pullback. Semiconductors, right? Again, you can see we're stopping around these candles, so definitely finding resistance here. So if we break above our closes tomorrow on these indexes, we can definitely run. If not, we may pull back or just sit here flat for a little bit and consolidate after this little rally that we had here. IWM, same thing, right within that candle. Got to get above 187.62 to run here. Financials, again, sitting right under the 50. Got to break above 35.64 to rally up here to 37. The healthcare sector, it found resistance up here at this 134.04 area that we had marked out. Pull back here, it's sitting here on the 50, next to 50 and the 100. We break 132, maybe coming down to 130. Energy sector, their new high, man. This thing is just continues to rocket here. At some point, this is going to pull back here. You see here, it hit our next target here at $90, and then had a quick pullback here. So obviously, it tagged our next goal, which was this 90 area, and got a full-on rejection down to 87. So we'll see if it can rally back up here. But this may have been the top. But it did hit our target, so that's great. But we may have a pullback here, and there should be support down here around this $83 area. Bitcoin got up over 20. This is third day in a row, consolidating, nice little bull flag starting here. Next rally up here is at 33. Got to hold this 33.8 area and break above that to start rallying back up here. Bitcoin is holding right there, but that's where it's been before, back here, early May. And also back here in the first part of May. So this is a big area of resistance that we got to get through. So, if we can break above 32, I think we can run and maybe have a good weekend coming up. Ethereum, below the 20, got to get above 2015 if we want to have a nice rally this weekend. So that's our stocks and our cryptos and what we're looking at the market. We did have a rally, but we may be pausing out here. We may stall out here a little bit and have to build enough energy to either continue going up, or if we don't, we'll fail and come down and possibly revisit lows again. We are more in a bear market, as you saw in the charts. Everything's kind of trading downward, but there's going to be rallies here, and we want definitely take advantage of those. Hard to say if there's a bottom in the market right now. I can't say there is. So just be careful out there trading. If you're trading, if you're investing, look for bargains to pick up, but I wouldn't go all in. I'd leave some cash on the side at least, for any type of a large dip that we have. So everybody stay safe out there. We'll talk tomorrow night, see how your trades went, and review our trades and plan out our next day. Everybody have a great night. Talk to you tomorrow.